Hey, what's up, guys? It's William Koshnick for my review of Raw for June 15th, 2015. And what a night we had after such a boring paper. Well, not really boring pay per view, but could have been better pay per view. So let's get started. Okay, so what what an interesting night it was tonight, seeing that Money in the Bank pay per view was, as I like to say, garbo, trash, not good, disappointing, upsetting. Just about sums up my life. Uh-huh. So, if you guys watched Raw last week, sorry I didn't do a review again, you know that MGK was going to be here, so that's later. But Seth starts off the show, and basically he was like, "Yep, I'm undoubtedly the best." Because I'm not gonna say that Dean didn't do a good job, but I'm not gonna say that he did a good job. Like, he brought his A game, but let me tell you why mine is better. Because I'm just a kid from Iowa, and I want to thank everyone who helped me. So I got this list. Let's see who's on it. I like to thank Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, and who is that? Who's that other guy? Who's that other guy? Oh yeah, Seth Rollins. That was the douchiest promo I've ever heard. Why do you need to thank yourself that many times? Thank yourself once, and then just say you don't need everyone else. Don't thank yourself like 10 times and then say, I didn't need Kane, I didn't need J&J, and I sure in hell didn't need the Authority. Well, Stephanie and Triple H. Fuck those guys. I did this on my own. Right here. I believed. So, I'm just gonna leave because, fuck you guys, I'm going home. Have fun living through Dean. Dean came out and walked towards they walked towards each other and they started a brawl. It was This was interesting to see because Dean, his leg is injured. It was hurt. He not only gave it his A game, but he almost couldn't walk. But I'm glad he's still hanging in there. He's a fighter. I like Dean for that. He likes to fight. But Seth managed to get away, so Dean put up a chair and sat there and was like, "Oh, this could take all night. So I'm just gonna wait for you to get down here. Come on, come back." of a day here in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, we quickly see Seth in the back talking to good old mom and dad. And he's kind of like, so that was a thing that happened. What are we gonna what are we gonna do about this? Well, basically this interaction was kind of like, um, well, we're glad that you were able to do it by yourself, but let's not forget that you kind of just said you didn't need us and that we were pieces of shit. I'm not gonna use that actually. I was gonna do something. So we're dealing with it, but as of what you said, let's not forget you want to do things on your own. So we're gonna choose your opponent for next time. Maybe Dean, may not be. I don't know. We trust you. You trust us. Trust is a two-way street. We'll be fine. So who do we deal with our problems now? Sheamus. The Money in the Bank winner, Sheamus. And I didn't expect him to say this, but he came out there immediately and said, "You know, Dean, we're not so different, you and I. We both love to fight, and we both made predictions about last night." Ow. Right. Only difference is I won. You lost. And now that I have this handy dandy briefcase, I could cash in at any time. Might be tonight, might be tomorrow, but I have to fight you. And they get under ways. This was a pretty interesting fight. There was a lot of back and forth. It was surprising to see Dean actually fighting yet again because his leg, I would think he wouldn't have much movement going on. I feel like he needs at least 2 weeks off to heal that leg. But I'm glad to see him in there. This is why I like him. He has that never say die attitude. But Sheamus, on the other hand, I like him too, but he was too cocky for this match. He rolled out of a dirty deeds and was like, fuck it, I'm going home. I don't need this. I don't need you. Money in the Bank. What the hell was going by? Money in the Bank winner. I'm not having it. But then there was good old Randy Orton scaring. Okay, making sure that he didn't back down because you inevitably screwed me last night. So Dean comes out, throws him back in the ring, ducks to Borg, and wins by schoolboy. Having Dean win and run away, Randy beats up Sheamus, and yet again, Sheamus ducks out of a finisher, nonetheless the RKO, which, thinking about it, it's really not that hard to get out of. It's kind of not like important anymore. Like I said last night, the AA stopped being interesting as soon as it's 1-2 kick out. It stopped being important a while ago because you clearly know as soon as I hit it, the match is over. But he only pulls it out for oh, I'm in desperate need of winning right now. Let me just 1, 2, 3. We're done here. And even when his like rivalries happen, it's really not. It's nothing special. Never really gets a chance to hit it unless he's really going in like he did with Seth Rollins a while back before WrestleMania. But hey, I could kind of see the potential for this going somewhere. But yet again, it's Sheamus and Randy. But we'll have to find out. Okay, so next we get a little bit of J&J Security. I'm warming up to these guys, actually. I fully now understand that they're basically comedy. But I'm glad that Joey's actually talking now, because he's got some stuff to say. Especially how Rollins walked up to them and was kind of like, well, I'll give you your job back. Just, can you tell me who my next opponent is? And they hit him with the fact that, listen, you made fun of us, you mocked us, you hated us. So why would we tell you? Sorry guys. Oh, why would we even want to tell you? Why would we want our jobs back? And Rollins kind of takes that as Rollins, since he's a douchebag, takes that as, oh, I don't need you to tell me. You just want your jobs back. Set in stone that we don't want our jobs back. We said this already, so why would you think we want our jobs back? Open your fucking ears. But Jamie makes the suggestion that Joey should fight him, Rollins. This would be an incredibly bad idea. Interesting match for a non-title match, but a bad idea. And Rollins notices that too. With that, Joey responds, I think you're just afraid of me because in the record books it'll say Seth Rollins was defeated by J&J Security. That's kind of embarrassing. I know they were something back in the day, Eminem, Morrison, Molina, Nitro, Molina, and then Jamie Noble was Cruiserweight champion, but not important nowadays. So it's pretty disappointing. This was so freaking weird. And the previous level, there was one match instead of the usual two, and it was R-Truth versus Barrett. And in that match, R-Truth proclaimed himself as being King. What's up? So tonight, rematch comes down with a paper crown, a sheet on his back, and a plunger. R-Truth has officially lost his mind. I'm not gonna say let him go because he did have some decent matches, but don't try and make stories for him. It's not making any sense anymore. Little Jimmy, and then when he got hit so hard he thought he was a slave again, and now this. Where does the train end? Especially the fact that he went to the commentary, and then as soon as Barrett came out, they had to explain to him, "You're in the match, not out here. You match us here. You match us here. You fight Barrett, we do the commentary." You understand? And he got him, went in there. This was a 5-second match. Got it hit, and then he reversed some move, and then pinned Barrett, and he won again. But gets pulled hammer. And Barrett, this makes Barrett upset because in my head, he doesn't say what I'm about to say, but in my head, I kind of heard Barrett go, "I do not know why you think this is a joke, asshat. This is 100% real. I won the King of the Ring, not you, and my crown is not up for grabs. So I'm just." So I'm just gonna crumple up your crown. Get the fuck out of here. Barrett is trying to be the most serious man he can, but he's getting in this story, I guess, with R-Truth, who is really not that serious. Everything he does is a joke, especially last week when he thought he was in the Money in the Bank and he was just on the pre-show. He's just useless filler now. I don't know what to say. So at least that's our Lord. But I think they should have phrased this better, because before commercial, he brought up Cole was kind of like, well, Kevin Owens and John Cena fought last night. Wasn't a disappointing match, but people were disappointed. ... by the outcome. A better way to phrase that, not to be a grammar Nazi, but it wasn't a disappointing match, but because of the outcome, people were disappointed. It words it better, and it doesn't make it sound really weird to me. I guess he was scripted to say that, but it just sounded really weird the way he said it. It wasn't a disappointing match, but people were disappointed about the outcome. And that was my only problem with that. So Owens came out and we got told that Cena's injured because of the pop-up power bomb. I'm okay with this because at least get Cena out of action for a while. And I don't, maybe like a week or two, maybe, I don't know, maybe 3. There's a lot of back injuries, but at least it gets him out, so I don't have to see it. I don't really have nothing wrong with Cena. It's the fact that he's too over right now that I can't stand him. And Owens is kind of like, well, John's not here because he's injured. And he deserved it because you know what he said to me? He said that I belong here. I've known that as soon as I stepped in this ring. I've known this for 15 years. He should have just walked backstage like I did at Elimination Chamber. But no, he insisted that I shake his hand. So, coming down to it, Owens won, Cena won. Rematch, part 2 at Battleground, but this time I'm taking your belt, and this time you're not coming back. And then he goes on to say, well, this is the point where Cena come down here and open challenge, but since he's injured, there's this YouTube channel that I like to watch called Cinema Sins, where they like review movies and kind of point out what didn't make sense in them. And it seemed like Owens was the Cinema Sins of WWE. I kind of wanted to see a counter in the corner that said 1, and then you heard a ding. But Owens did his open challenge, which everyone thought was for a title. So Dean answered it, and is this the first time? No, this was like the 4th time. He came down with Lana, and they kissed. And then he said, well, you made my night because you said, talking about your sacrifices, but I had to sacrifice my whole career to get where I am right now. I wouldn't be where I am without my sacrifices, and I'm going to take your open challenge. Yet again, thinking it's for a title, Lillian Garcia. This match is scheduled for 1 fall, yada yada yada. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler for the NXT champion, in which Owens states never said it was a title match. So it's just it's open fight. So let me go back a little bit real quick. I assume by what they're doing here is they're setting up for July 4th when it's Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor for the NXT title. Because yet again, like I said last night, Owens got this main roster deal. So obviously he has to give up the NXT title because you can't bring NXT title to WWE, 2 different things, even though they're owned by the same company. So if he's trying to get the United States title, it only makes sense that he would have to give up the NXT championship to win the United States championship. So good call saying it's not for a title, because I thought it was, and I bet everyone thought it was. So what I found interesting about this match was Ziggler put up a very good fight. Like, he threw him over into the what is that place called? The Bellkeeper's area, and Ziggler was able to try to crawl his way back. The guy on the chair, he kind of knocked him out of his chair and kind of went over him and was like, oh, I'm just trying to get back up. Okay, I'm up. I'm good. So that was really, really funny to me, because he tried so hard but made a ruckus. And surprisingly held his own against Owens. Especially since Owens went for the pop-up powerbomb, and he jumped over into a zigzag, and he got out of a cannonball. I can see these two probably going at it in the future. But Owens won. Owens will always win in my book. I like Owens too much. Thank God he didn't try to end Dolph's career on just some stupid match that doesn't mean anything right now. So, because I like Dolph Ziggler, and he's kind of, I guess, gonna have a feud with Rusev soon. So keep him alive. And now, I'm not only gonna talk about this for a few minutes because I can't really stand this. There was a Divas meeting, and it was my waifu Paige, waifu for lifeu, and she kind of, we need to stand together to take down the Bellas. We need to prove that we're strong. And no one really agreed with her because Paige has a trust issue. So everyone was kind of like, well, what's the point? Not really one. So this meeting's useless. All that really came out of it was, well, I got a 2-on-1 handicap match against the Bellas. But it doesn't have to be 2-on-1 if someone helps me. And then Nikki and Brie come in and break up the meeting. You can side with Paige, or you can go on your way because it's Paige and we hate her. And Paige is on her own. I read somewhere that AJ Lee, Paige, and Nikki Bella came up with this story for Give Divas a Chance. It doesn't really seem like they're executing it well. It probably meant for Paige to win the title so many times, or someone because we're trying to give Divas a chance to make them relevant again. But you can't do that if Nikki is going to be the champion for so long just because her boyfriend is John Cena, and Brie's gonna probably be untouchable because her husband is Daniel Bryan. Daniel had to sacrifice so much, and John Cena barely sacrifices anything. But yet we're still champion, and we're still together, and we can't really do anything. Get some better shit going on. Actually do something productive. Don't just treat it as a throwaway. I'll talk more about that later. Randy versus Kane. Typical match. But Sheamus comes out and Kane changes it into a no holds bar. I think Kane hit him with either Kane hit him or Sheamus hit him. Probably Sheamus. And Kane won. And then backstage, Rollins was like, well, you're my biggest daughter and I did it without you. And Kane was like, well, technically, you won, and this isn't only your first time winning. I've won before a few times, and it takes a team to win multiple matches. So you are not an architect. You are just an idiot. And then Rollins gets all uppity. Oh, Paul Bear helped you. Your stupid brother helped you. Making Kane angry, and you know you don't talk about Kane's family because Kane will get angry. So came yet again the hope for, yeah, I should fight you because you're a scumbag. Another throwaway match. Big Show versus The Miz. Do I really need to say anything here? Last night, throwaway match. Big Show versus Ryback, Intercontinental title. Tonight, throwaway match. Big Show versus The Miz. The Miz, basically, this ended one way. Big Show threw Miz into Ryback. Ryback and Big Show showing off who has the bigger muscles, and The Miz wins up by count out. Who the fuck cares? Why is this a rivalry? If you want to make a title relevant again, then get relevant some other way. Don't just be throwing petty rivalry in there because we trying to make this belt so significant, but the guy we chose to be significant with has a neck injury, so now we have to put it away and throw it away. So what? You can still make it relevant if you do something relevant. Not these stupid throwaway rivalries between Big Show, The Miz, and Ryback. Do something. I don't know. We don't need it right now. This is just gonna be some dumb, lame rivalry because I don't know. And next was Roman, who was angry from last night because Bray. And Roman, the anger he has is like, I got no sleep, so I'm angry. So let's throw hands right now. Bray, throw these hands. Yet, and Bray has to do his cryptic message. You want answers, but you can't understand them. 2 weeks ago, you took my destiny away from being in that match, so I took yours away. We're pretty much balanced. You're the yin to my yang, and I will haunt you and destroy you. But not yet, because your daughter needs her daddy for Father's Day. I really like what they're doing here because they're trying to play off the fact that he is the new face of fear, and they're kind of, since the Undertaker's retiring this year, it means that there needs to be a new Undertaker just because he's not going to be here for long. It's going to be someone else. So let's try to mix up the Undertaker and do something different. Bravo to them. It was such a big ass fun. Bravo to them for taking a concept and trying to mix it up, trying to be scary, be new, be original. I like Bray a lot. But I find this rivalry to be pointless yet again because today it was leaked that SummerSlam it's going to be Brock versus Roman. But how is Brock coming back? I don't know. Let's find out together. So Reigns wants his rematch, and yeah, we'll get to that. I'm gonna talk like this. I hope you guys can hear me because this was so stupid. It was the 2-on-1 Divas match, Nikki and Brie versus Paige. Yet again, nothing special because it's the Divas match, and it's really nothing anymore. There were 2 tags made in 5 seconds, and the Bellas win. I expect so much more. What happened to the days of Lita and Trish, Stacy Keibler, Christy Hemme, just what Mickey James, Molina? What happened to those days where the divas meant something? Now we're stuck in this garbage era of the divas. Like Paige knows how to fight, and Nikki knows how to fight, but obviously, if Nikki and Brie are in a match, or if Nikki's in a match, Nikki's gonna win, or they're gonna pull some twin magic bullshit and have my wife lose. When does it end? When does it end? Actually, give them a chance. Don't just. I don't know what to say. Divas make me aggravated. Speaking of aggravation, MGK finally appeared, did his own concert, but that crowd was so. It was like Wiz Khalifa when he came on Raw. It was so dead. No one reacted. They were just kind of like, he's singing. This boy is singing. I'm so proud because he's singing. He's from Cleveland and he's singing. But it did blow him up because Owens came out and congratulated MGK. And yet again last night we saw the handshake to the kick and then pop-up powerbomb. MGK kind of goes for a slap up and felt disrespected. I don't blame him because you're in my hometown and you disrespected me. And you can't just disrespect me like that. So he shoved him, pushed him out of the way. I would like to leave now. And Owens kicked him. I don't know if this was supposed to happen or not, but MGK, he fell. And it was ridiculous. And then Owens kind of like, shit, you weren't supposed to do that. And then he kind of powerbombed him onto the ground and then walked away. I kind of felt disrespected here. I like Owens, but I also like MGK's music. So kind of you powerbombed him, but it's Owens and it's Raw, so scripts, anything is to happen. Because Owens is going to be the number 2 heel. Next is a 6-man Neville and New Day. Neville and the Primetime Players versus the New Day. Neville and the Primetime Players win. Nothing real special. After that is a Dean and Kane promo. And they both laugh because Dean is throwing darts at a dartboard with Seth Rollins' face on it. And then Kane kind of talks to him about something. And Dean's still laughing, and Kane's like, what's funny? So he spills it out there. Kane's not a champion. Was never a champion. Well, the Kane he is now. But Kane was a hell of a champion. And Dean kind of was like, well, I'm in this job because of that title. That's what I live for. Kane, what do you live for? Because I know you sure aren't living for that title. You're more living for the authority. And he did put some he put some emotion into it. Like he put into his promo that's what I was gonna do. He put into his promo that he played last night, which was a fantastic promo. If you didn't get a chance to hear it, or if you didn't stay up to actually get the to hear it, this is. I'm sorry, man, I'm so awkward. This was his emotional promo after Money in the Bank.
When I stole that championship belt a couple weeks ago, it was about respect. It was about taking what you feel you earn. And life ain't always fair. And I'm from right here, Ohio. You people know life ain't always fair. You can't get a car loan because on a technicality, you don't have a good enough credit score. So now you gotta walk to work, your children gotta walk to school on a technicality. Your boss pushes you around even though you're better at his job than he is, and he talks to you like you're an idiot, but he's the boss on a technicality. So I took that championship. It was about screw technicalities. It was about taking what's yours, what you deserve, what you feel that you earned, what you know in your heart and your soul that you deserve, that you earned. It was about just taking it. And I'm a grown-ass man. And I lost fair and square tonight. I climbed that ladder, and I didn't like what happened when I came down. I lost fair and square, and I'm man enough to admit that. So I'm gonna fix this leg, and I'm gonna stand up on my own 2 feet again. And one day, I'm gonna be world heavyweight champion, and there ain't no paperwork, and there ain't no technicalities, and there ain't no bullcrap that's gonna stop me.
That man does a good job showing his emotions. There wasn't the same amount of emotions as there was in that, but there was some emotions because even Kane had to stop and go, "Whoa, what do I live for?" And now, what we've been waiting for. The Authority comes out, initially apologizes, "We're sorry, MGK is hurt. Accident, we're taking legal actions with Owens because that's what's best for business. It's not just a slogan, yada, yada, yada." But the main reason why we're out here is because who's Seth's challenge? And it's not J&J. And it's not Kane. And it's not Dean. And everyone got angry because why? I understand Dean tried his best, but I feel like they at least had one more good match in them. But maybe Dean will be it one day. He technically in my book is still considered he lost the championship belt because he technically won it in my book at Elimination Chamber. That's what they're doing. So Seth comes out and is like, "Well, I don't care who you pick because no one can take this title from me." Good job, Seth. You proved your point so many times that you didn't help. But you also tested our patience. Because coal, when you add pressure to coal, it either turns to dust or it turns to diamonds. So are you dust or are you diamond? And remember when I said Brock may fight Roman at SummerSlam. Well, yep. Seth's next opponent is Brock fucking Lesnar. I have bad issues with Brock because of who he is, what he represents, but it's Brock Lesnar. This is gonna be a fight, and this is not pressure. This is murder. I don't want to say I hope he destroys him because I want to see a Seth Rollins versus Triple H rivalry, but after WrestleMania, he almost killed everyone. And they stood face to face, and Seth got scared. What a night it was. Especially after such a shitty pay-per-view. And yet again, I'm going to say that because last night it was nothing. It was just there. I hated it. Not really. There was only 3 matches that I like, and that was the ladder matches, and then the Collins and Cena fight. So, yeah, that was my review of Raw for June 15th, 2015. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below if you hate me, if you liked me, if you liked anything that I said, if you disagree with something. Hell, you don't have to put it in the comments. You can tweet them at me at WCast669. If you can't spell that, it's in the it's down there. E3 is this week. So Friday, I'm doing a podcast with friends. Actually, first one of what we expected from E3. Oodles will be there. Haven will be there. My friend Haven will be there. My friend Hunter will be there. My friend Lewis and my friend Jack will all be there. And it's going up on all of our YouTube accounts. Jack, Lewis, Haven, and Hunter don't have an account right now, but me and Oodles have an account. So it's going to go on Oodles and on mine and on whoever's. So look for that. Wednesday, Lucha Underground review, that 60-minute Iron Man match. Can't wait. And that's it. So, peace.